Okay, hello everyone. So today we're going to continue our lesson about safety. And I guess you had already read the text about flood and stay alert. And now we're going to do some listening and speaking task. Please look at this exercise number 5. First of all, you are going to listen and then you need to do this test. This test will be given in your Google Classroom task, okay? Now please listen to this text carefully.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Andrew Felton, and I'm a seismologist. That means I study earthquakes. I'm here today to talk to you about how we can prepare for earthquakes and reduce the damage that they cause. Does anyone know anything about earthquakes?
Yes, I do. Earthquakes can be very dangerous, and because we can't predict them, they cause a lot of damage.
Well, I agree with you to a certain extent. You're right that earthquakes can be dangerous, but actually we can predict only a little about when earthquakes will occur. There are some signs that can tell us that an earthquake may happen. However, they aren't always easy to spot. For instance, we can look at animal behavior. People have reported both strange pet behavior and wild animals leaving an area prior to an earthquake. This could be because some animals are able to feel foreshocks. Foreshocks are small earthquakes that occur before a major one as the tectonic plates start to move. Scientists can measure these to give them an idea about what will happen. In addition, the weather can also indicate an upcoming earthquake. A significant rise in temperature or the change of water levels in lakes can also point to a serious earthquake. If scientists notice several of these events occurring at the same time, then it is often a good idea to start evacuating the area and putting disaster plans in place.
In my opinion, everyone who lives in an earthquake zone should have a disaster plan.
I completely agree. A disaster plan can help you know what to do and where to go in the event of an earthquake. It's a good idea to have a disaster plan because trying to make decisions during a disaster is very difficult and stressful. Many companies and schools have their own disaster plans and hold earthquake drills in order to practice what they would do in the event of an earthquake. This helps to save lives and help people to remain calm during an earthquake. Does anyone have any other ideas to prepare for an earthquake?
Yes, I strongly believe that it's important to have an emergency supply kit. You need bottled water, tinned food, a first aid kit, a torch, and a battery-powered radio.
That's right. And what about emergency contact details? You mustn't forget those. Don't you agree?
Of course, but I store all of my numbers in my phone. It's a great way to keep them to hand. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree with that. If you ask me, it's a better idea to write them down. The way I see it, the battery on your mobile phone could run out and you might not be able to charge it up again. Earthquakes often cause power cuts. They may also damage phone masts, and so your mobile phone may not be able to get any signal either. Now, what are your opinions on the best thing to do during an earthquake?
Well, in my opinion, I think it's a good idea to get out of the house so that none of the furniture can fall on you.
Actually, you are wrong there. It's much safer to stay inside the house and go under a table or stand in a doorway away from heavy furniture. Then, after the shaking stops, you should check immediately for damage, especially to pipes and electrical wiring and devices. There can be aftershocks after the earthquake, and so it's important to check for any damage so that the aftershocks don't make it worse and cause a leak or a fire. If you think there has been some damage, it's best to turn off the water and power supply until it can be checked by an expert. If you happen to be outside when the earthquake happens, then try to stay in an open place away from trees and buildings. Now, does anyone have any ideas in order to prevent earthquake damage?
What about building earthquake-proof buildings? It seems to me that we should create buildings that are not easily damaged.
I couldn't agree more. We can do many things now to help prevent damage to buildings. We can create earthquake-proof buildings that are able to deal much better with earthquakes now than we used to. Older buildings can be made more earthquake-proof too, by reinforcing the concrete with a strong material called carbon fiber, or by using flexible parts in water and gas pipes so that they don't break and cause leaks during an earthquake. What else do you think is a good idea to prevent damage?
My family secures their furniture by attaching it to the wall or the floor. It's a good way to prevent damage in the home, isn't that right?
Of course. I think securing heavy furniture, such as bookcases and wardrobes, to the walls or floors so that they don't fall down and hurt people or create more damage is a great idea. However, you wouldn't want to secure everything because it could be difficult to clean it or to move it around. You've all got some great ideas. Well done.